Do you need to be in shape to play table tennis? You might have heard the stereotype already that table tennis players are unathletic, are lazy, are fat, maybe not so good looking, have a face for radio. Well, it's a little bit a tale of yes and no. And in this video I will explain to you why. My name is Olaf Kozolowski, this is Table Tennis Technalytics. Let's go. So hello everybody, welcome back. I'm here in Antwerp in the Kilipong Hall of my sponsor, and today we're not going to look into technical, tactical, strategical videos. No, we're just trying to clear some things up about stereotypes around table tennis players, around the sport of table tennis itself, and that it shouldn't be very athletically requiring, physically demanding, all this kind of stuff. Well, I'm here sort of trying to clear things up, because also there are a lot of multiple layers that come into the question of what it means to be in shape. What does it mean for a table tennis player to be in shape? How do you have to be in shape? How do you get to be in shape? It's not only cardio, it's not only strength or explosivity, it's a lot of different things combined. But let me just start out by saying core stability is so key. Because let's say you get a ball in the middle, you need to create some space, but you can't just do that by leaning backwards. You know, you always want to stay leaning forwards. And let's say if you don't have enough core stability required, you might not do that properly. So you need to be stable here. And not only for stability, staying in place, but also for acceleration, your core comes in very handy. So that's number one. Then you need strength, you need explosivity to play strong balls, to move to balls, especially since everything comes so quick, especially on the higher levels. You need to move at all times, and without strong legs or explosive legs, or without strength in your arm or in your back, it's not feasible to do that properly. Table tennis also has a lot of very sport-specific requirements, such as quick arm speed. So not only can you accelerate, can you decelerate and return to your neutral position, and then comes cardio into play. Is cardio really required for a table tennis player when the rallies are so short and there are a lot of breaks in between? Well, yes and no, because if you look at the practices, especially the first exercise of a regular practice, is very physically demanding. And to showcase that, me and Luc today, we're going to have some fun. We're going to play Falkenberg for 1 minute non-stop, and I think 1 minute is already more than enough, at least to me, because I'm not too much into shape. It's summer right now, having some barbecues, all this kind of stuff. I could lose a little bit of weight, but it's okay. So yeah, let's just begin, and I'll show you side by side how we're both faring, and let's see who does it better. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nee, veel sneller, dat is veel sneller. Veel sneller? Zo voelde het bij mij. Ik deed dit. Oké, ik ga proberen wat klaar. Kom aan. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Moet maar zo diep allemaal.
Ja, kijk, ja. Jij geeft dus ook scherp? Veel scherper dan mij. Veel scherper dan mij.
Dat is niet waar.
Ça va, Luc?
Nee, ik heb hier een bal op tafel gespeeld. Tot een man duizend.
Het is oké. Ik ben oké. Okay, that wasn't fun. That wasn't fun, but it was just to show that practices are physically very demanding. So then why do some table tennis players, why are they not in good physical shape? Well, that is because a lot of people don't practice much right now, or not anymore at least. You have to also remember it's a very specific context because of the rotation, because a lot of different factors. You see how little rallies are going on in matches, and that is just because all shots are so difficult to return. If you have a good serve, if you have a good receive, things which aren't physically demanding, then you can really live off of that for a very long time. And that's what you see in a lot of, let's say, sub-professional or almost professional competitions or in leagues all over Europe, is that older people, or veterans even, over 40, they can still live off their serves, their receives, and maybe their third balls. And yeah, if you have already laid like the ground stones in your younger years, then it's easy for some of those players to keep on using that. That's my best way of explaining it. But it doesn't really negate the fact that table tennis is still a physically demanding sport, but in its own way. So practices are very intense, and if you want to practice properly, if you want to really improve, then you need to be able to survive those 1-minute intervals or this kind of stuff, and you really need to be in a great physical shape. Good core stability for turning, for staying here. When the balls come irregularly, then you can turn and stay in position. Quick arm speed, also for acceleration. And you need a lot of explosiveness in the legs. Both the posterior and the anterior chain need to be well developed. So I think that's about the video. I don't know what more to say other than table tennis has its own requirements. Because let's say if you look at some of the top players in the world, even top Chinese players in the world, such as Liang Jiankun, Lin Shidong, Fan Zhendong, those guys are all very strong in their lower body. And you see that they're well developed, of course. But I think if you put them on a running track and you ask them to run 5 kilometers, they're not going to fare so well. Then again, is it necessary for them to do that? If they can just survive their practices, take their little breaks in between rallies and this kind of stuff, then of course they're in good enough shape to play table tennis. I think their resumes speak for themselves. For example, if you put a sprinter on a running track, of course, the short distances, they're very good at it, but no sprinter really runs much for like longer distances. So is cardio or is strength the only requirement or the only parameter on which you can judge people or judge athletes? Not to me, not to me. So I just wanted to contextualize that in this video. So then, thank you for watching. Hopefully you got something from it. I think it's also an interesting discussion to have. So if you have any remarks on that, please let me know, because I really want to hear your thoughts on this. And so, yeah, I'm finished here and I'll see you in the next video. De dag is erbij, Luc. One take only.